Now, a 70-year-old man beaten up and left with severe facial injuries, a 25-year-old man run over and nearly killed, gunshots fired on a council estate. Those were some of the crimes committed in Greater Manchester at the weekend, where the going rate for murders is about one a week. 200,000 crimes a year, those are just the ones recorded, policed by a force of 6,800 full-time officers. The thin blue line in Manchester is stretched thinly indeed, but it's thick enough for this to happen.
Sorry, I'm catching some video.
It's been recorded as well.
It's been recorded.
Okay.
So why are you stopping me? I'm trying to eat a Subway and this man's harassing me.
Okay.
For what?
Are you going to listen?
No, I'm not listening.
You've asked me a question. If you want
What's
me
the
to ask you
question?
a question.
No, I don't need you to answer my question. Right. I'm trying to eat my Subway and you're harassing me.
Right, okay. So the law at the minute...
No, it's not the law.
Right, at the minute, the law at the minute...
It's not the law, is it? Is it the law? No, it's not
yes,
the law.
It is.
It's recommended.
You need to wear a mask.
It's recommended if you are not exempt.
Right.
I'm exempt, so I don't need a mask.
You're telling me you're exempt.
So mind your business, yeah? Right. Mind your business. You don't need to ask me if I'm exempt.
It's your attitude.
No, you don't need to ask me. It's not your business.
What I'm going to do with you now, yeah, I'm going to ask you why you're exempt in terms of...
You don't need to worry. It's my medical history. I'm not asking your medical history. So don't worry. No, you won't. No, you won't. I'll be going. No, you won't. You don't even have your mask on properly. Look at this guy. He's got his nose out and he's trying to tell me to wear a mask ordering a Subway when I'm exempt for asthma. So mind your business.
Listen to me.
And let me go on my journey.
Right, stay there.
You're detaining me for not wearing a mask. You weren't even wearing a mask in the first place.
So at the minute, right, you're under arrest. Under arrest for not wearing a mask.
Under arrest for wearing a mask.
Well, since that was posted yesterday evening, that video has been viewed more than 1 million times, up 1.4 million times. Where social media is concerned, quantity does not always guarantee quality, but I think the smartphone footage with its gobby, bolshy, truculent narrator has hit a nerve. On Twitter, Elliot Batty, for that is the name of the man behind the phone, has been called a COVIDiot, and worse, typical of a new type of activist with a martyr complex. At Horse Meat Supper speaks for many when he said he is purposely provoking the police into arresting him. Also, he's videoing it because he wants attention on social media. He could calmly provide his evidence, but refuses. Sorry, no sympathy at all. Well, this isn't about sympathy. It shouldn't be about emotions, in fact. Not when we're talking about something as fundamental as the decision to deprive a fellow citizen of their liberty. This is about the law and its dispassionate application. Again, on Twitter, lots of our fellow citizens think that even in a city where thousands of violent crimes go unsolved each year, this is how police ought to be spending their time. At Cornish Girl 9 tweeted, I applaud our police for doing their job. It's time our police crack down on blatant law breakers. This idiot thinks he is above the law. If this was a genuine exemption, he would be more than happy to show it. Try breaking the law on seatbelts and see where you end up! Exclamation mark. The point about seatbelts is well made and relevant here. Refuse to wear a seatbelt and you may be arrested. As with face masks, there are exemptions. Some people can't wear a seatbelt for medical reasons. But to avoid arrest, they must carry a certificate of exemption from compulsory seatbelt wearing. The certificate must be kept in your vehicle and, here's the thing, shown to police if you're stopped. So says an amendment to the Road Traffic Act made in the early 1990s. Now look at this. This is the government website on medical exemptions for wearing a face mask. It's quite explicit. You do not routinely need to show any written evidence. You do not need to show an exemption card. It goes on to say, carrying an exemption card or badge is a personal choice and is not required by law. Well, for some people, this is all just so much semantic dancing on a pin. Our Mr. Batty, the man who refused to wear a mask while ordering a Subway sandwich in a Manchester service station because he claims to have asthma, is flouting the spirit, if not the letter of the law. Personally, I would sooner fly to the moon under my own propulsion than gob off to a pair of police officers. I don't think I'm unusual necessarily in that. When it comes to dealing with frontline officers, most of us take the line of least resistance. My first instinct as a natural supporter of the police is to do as they say. But I appreciate that not everyone feels that way, and just occasionally it's worth applauding the curmudgeons, those awkward so-and-sos who won't just go along with what a police officer says for the sake of a quiet life. Mr. Batty may be a nuisance, but by taking his stand yesterday, he makes a powerful statement for all of us about where the limits of the law lie. He is correct to say a police officer in this situation has no right to demand proof of medical exemption. He is correct to assert that his private medical business is between him and his physician, not a topic for public debate between him and a police officer who just happened to be in the same service station as him yesterday. Why does this matter? Because intolerance and compulsion are in the air. The President of the European Commission says EU countries should look seriously, for instance, at mandatory jabs. I had my booster on Friday. I'm not anti-vax, but in a free society, we must be careful not to allow COVID compliance to usher in a law enforcement land grab. It's important we keep pushing back, lest we begin to think it's normal for someone to be threatened with arrest for having what a Bobby on the beat has concluded is the wrong attitude. That's the Brazier angle.